Hello, today I'd like to introduce you to gamification as an instructional strategy you can use to turn your instruction into a game for your students. What is gamification? Gamification is using video games, other technology, or any game-related resources in the classroom in relation to instruction to motivate students to learn. We will now take a look at some more specific resources you can use yourself. Now, there are many different tools teachers can use in the English language arts classroom. While this instructional video is targeted towards an English classroom environment, most of these examples would work well in other content areas as well if adjusted appropriately. With the use of technology, many websites like Kahoot, Quizlet, and Nearpod offer easy access and usage for classroom gamification. Some non-digital resources you may consider using are classic games like Scrabble or Bingo. These games can be adapted for educational purposes for students to learn new concepts or practice skills they need to master. Nearpod is a popular gamification tool because it provides a simple and fast way to create games for students to complete. You simply create a new lesson, insert a title, and then begin adding different content slides. These can include general slides for information, links to websites, or activities, which we will focus on specifically for gamification. One activity that's useful for vocabulary words and definitions is the matching activity. For the matching activity, you simply insert the vocabulary word and the definition into the pair and continue this process. You also have the option to insert a picture, as you will see here in a moment on the screen. Once you are done, you simply click Save and Exit, and then you can add other activities or different content slides as well. As you can see here, I am adding a vocab word and a definition. Now, Nearpod does require you to add at least 2 pairs. So here I am adding a second vocabulary word and definition. Of course, the examples I'm using right now are specific to this presentation. So now that I've clicked Save, I can add another slide. Now there's lots of other activities you can choose, like short answer responses, multiple choice questions, polls, and much more. Here I have chosen a poll. So you simply just answer or enter your question, whatever you are asking. The same process works for multiple choice and short response. You just type in the question that you're asking. As you can see to the right of the text box, there is also an add timer option. So if you want to time your students, you can always add that. Other media you can add as well, like photos, videos, or audio to improve the content provided to your students. You click Save, and then you can move on. After finishing a lesson for Nearpod, there are 2 ways for your students to access the content. If you are doing in-class instruction for this activity, you can choose a live lesson, which will allow you the option to display to the whole class their peers' responses. Nearpod also allows responses to show as anonymous, so students will be more genuine with their responses. If your students are expected to complete the activity As homework outside of class, you can choose the student-paced option and set a deadline for students to complete. Both options provide a code to give students for them to access the activity. Nearpod is very student-friendly as it only asks students for the lesson code and a name. Some benefits to using gamification in the classroom include a major increase in motivation and engagement from students, immediate feedback for formative assessment, friendly competition opportunities, and an increase in collaboration and problem-solving skills. Youth are drawn to games, so it's a no-brainer that gamification piques their interest. The use of technology allows teachers to gain feedback as fast as students are providing it, so these tools are great for formative assessment and adjusting lesson plans. With any technology used in the classroom, there is concern for too much screen time, so this is one of the cons of gamification. With more screen time comes loss of personal interaction in the classroom, so use these online tools scarcely. Also take note that some tools you find on the internet may have costs for membership, but there are plenty that are free to use. Gamification aligns very well with the Universal Design for Learning guidelines. Students will be engaged in their learning because of their increased motivation and interest. Clear goals and objectives will be set for them, and they will be able to self-assess after many activities. Lesson content is represented in a variety of ways in which it also provides clarity for comprehension more than the standard instruction may not. With the use of gamification tools, students can express their knowledge and mastery of content through the use of multimedia and ways of communication. Gamification overall benefits both the students and the teacher for new ways of learning.